Everything was going well. She was texting back fast. She was laughing at your jokes. She seemed genuinely interested. And then, nothing changed on your end. You didn't say anything wrong. You didn't do anything differently. And she pulled away. Slower replies, shorter messages, less warmth. The energy shifted, and you don't know why. This is one of the most confusing experiences in dating, and most guys handle it in the worst possible way. They panic. They chase. They over-explain. They ask what's wrong 3 times. And every one of those moves makes things worse. Here's the truth. Pulling away is rarely about what you did. It's almost always about what she's feeling. And once you understand what's actually happening, you'll know exactly what to do. This is why she pulls away, and exactly how to stop it. First, let's reframe what's actually happening. When someone pulls away, most guys read it as rejection. And that reading triggers a fear response, which triggers chasing behavior, which triggers more pulling away. It becomes a loop, and the loop is almost always started by a misread. Here's what pulling away actually is in most cases. It's a test of your stability. Not a conscious test, not a game, but a natural, instinctive response to see how you handle uncertainty. Psychologist John Bowlby's attachment theory, one of the most replicated frameworks in relationship psychology, shows that people unconsciously test the stability of a potential partner early in connection. They create distance to see if you panic, because how you respond to distance tells them everything about how secure you are. A man who panics when she pulls away is communicating, "I need your attention to feel okay." A man who stays steady communicates, "I'm fine either way. I don't need this to go a certain way." That steadiness, that security, is one of the most attractive things a person can feel from someone. Now let's get specific, because pulling away doesn't have one cause. It has 4, and they require completely different responses. Reason 1. She's overwhelmed. When things move fast, emotionally or physically, some people naturally pull back to process. This is especially true for people with avoidant attachment styles. It's not a withdrawal of interest. It's a need for space to catch up with their own feelings. The right move here? Give her the space without making it weird. Don't disappear. Don't flood her. Just ease up slightly and stay warm. Reason 2. She's testing your neediness level. As we just covered, this is the attachment test. She's calibrating, seeing how tightly you're holding on. The right move? Hold loosely. Stay yourself. Don't change your behavior based on hers. Reason 3. Something external is going on. Work stress, family issue, personal crisis. Sometimes people pull away and it has absolutely nothing to do with you. The right move? Don't make it about you. A simple, "Hey, hope you're okay," and then space. Reason 4. Her interest is genuinely fading. This one is real. It happens. And the mistake most guys make is trying to fix it with more effort. More effort from a place of anxiety never increases attraction. If anything, it accelerates the fade. The right move here is counterintuitive, and we'll get to it. Let's talk about the panic response, because it's the default for most guys, and it's the most damaging thing you can do. The panic response looks like this: sending multiple messages when she doesn't reply, asking, "Are you okay?" or "Did I do something wrong?" repeatedly. Over-explaining yourself, suddenly being more available, more agreeable, more present to compensate. Making your mood dependent on how she's responding. Every single one of these behaviors communicates the same thing: I am not okay without your attention. And that communication, however unintentional, is deeply unattractive. Here's why. Research by Dr. Amir Levine, author of Attached, one of the most cited books on adult attachment, found that anxious attachment behavior in dating consistently triggers avoidant responses in the other person. In other words, the more anxiously you chase, the further she moves. It's not personal. It's biological programming. The chase activates her avoidance system. The calm activates her interest system. This is not a game. This is how human attachment actually works. So what do you actually do when she pulls away? The answer is this. You pull back to center. Not away, not into the cold. Back to yourself. You return to your own life, your own interests, your own energy. You stop monitoring her response patterns. You stop calibrating your behavior to her mood. You get genuinely busy, not performatively busy, actually busy, with the things that matter to you. And you stay warm, just not available at every second. This does something specific. It communicates, I have a life, you're welcome in it, but I don't need you to complete it. That message, felt, not said, is one of the most attractive things another person can experience from you. Because it's the opposite of desperation. And desperation is the single biggest attraction killer that exists. Here's the practical version. One message, warm, not needy. Then, space. Let her come back on her own timeline. If she does, and she usually does when you've stopped chasing, don't punish her for the distance. Just be you. There's a concept in relationship psychology that explains this dynamic better than almost anything else. It's called the rubber band effect. The idea is this. When someone pulls away, they're like a rubber band being stretched. The natural tension, if you don't chase, is what pulls them back. But the moment you chase, you follow the rubber band. You remove the tension. And a rubber band with no tension doesn't snap back. It just lies there. The tension is the attraction. The space is what creates the pull. This isn't manipulation. This is physics. Human beings are wired to want what creates a slight feeling of uncertainty. Psychologist Nico Frida's research on emotional contrast shows that the anticipation of connection, the slight uncertainty about whether it's coming, activates the brain's reward system far more powerfully than guaranteed connection. Which means a small amount of space, handled well, can actually increase how much she thinks about you. Not because you're playing games, but because you're being a person with a life, which is exactly what attracted her in the first place. So let's bring this together. When she pulls away, it's almost never about what you did. It's a moment that reveals how secure you are. The panic response, chasing, over-texting, making it about you, is the fastest way to turn a temporary distance into a permanent one. The secure response, returning to yourself, staying warm but not desperate, giving her the space to come back on her own, is what actually works. Not because it's a tactic, but because it communicates the thing that matters most. I am okay, with or without this. That's the energy that keeps people close. Not need, not desperation, not performance. Security. If this changed how you think about this, you already know what to do. Subscribe to Signal Codes. There's a lot more to decode.